The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing is an absolute marketing classic, outlining 22 rules by companies function, independent on how much you adhere to them, will determine the success or failure of your products and ultimately your company. When I saw this book on Blinkist, I got super excited because I've been meaning to pick up a copy for ages. It's one of Tim Ferriss's all-time favorite books. He always recommends the older, unrevised edition. And if a marketing genius recommends marketing books, I try to pay attention. Published by marketing legends Ries Jack Trout in 1993, the 22 Laws of Marketing was meant as a guideline for companies to understand how they can make their products successful internationally and not just locally. Sure, you can try to go after Coca-Cola, but chances are you won't be able to accomplish much. This book will help you to focus your marketing efforts and not waste precious energy, money and time on battles you can't win. Here are 3 lessons from the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. 1. If you can't be first in people's heads. 2. Create your own category to avoid competition. 3. Remember that each product comes with an opportunity cost. I hope you're in a marketing mood because we're about to talk about some real game changers. Lesson 1. Be first on the market or first in people's heads. The book starts with the law of leadership, which says that if your product is the first of its kind on the market, chances are high it'll become the market leader simply by having the so-called first mover advantage. You can use the like time competitors have to your advantage. However, that's not the only way you can become a market leader. After all, if someone's already made their move before you, you can't be first any longer. When that's the case, focus on being first somewhere else. In the minds of your customers, you can know this phenomenon. When I say ketchup, you think Heinz. When I say whiskey, you might think Jack Daniels. And when the term electric car falls in conversation, most people's thoughts wander to Tesla. Every time we think of a certain product, one particular brand will pop up in our heads before any others. And that's often the market leader. This is the law of the mind. Once these assumptions have been made and forced into our brains, they are hard to get rid of. Just think of the many products whose names have become synonymous with brand names like Kleenex, TiVo, and Google. When your brand name enters the dictionary, you know you've made it. Lesson 2. Avoid competition by coming up with your own product category and dominating that. So, what if you can't do either of these things? Well, in that case, you can just come up with your own entirely new category, and you will automatically be first. This is the law of category in action. For example, Sam Walton didn't invent the retail store. He innovated by coming up with a discount retail store. Walmart was the first chain of retail stores to offer vast discounts for all of its products. Defining his own category worked out well for him. Nutella has done something similar. Instead of trying to come up with another kind of jam to put on your bread, Ferrero, the company behind it, came up with something new altogether, a chocolate. It's an insanely popular in Germany and is usually addressed with its name, rather than a descriptive term. Handmade Nutella, please, as opposed to handmade chocolate spread. This is a softened version of the idea from 0 to 1 to go vertical in progress instead of horizontal. Lesson 3. Never forget that each product comes with a big opportunity cost. Focus is important. To this day, Ries describes himself as a focusing consultant, not a marketing consultant. A focusing consultant, even 1 year before starting his consulting company. When the book was published, he knew that successful marketing always means giving up something to pursue. As anywhere in life, opportunity cost is real in marketing. And so the law of sacrifice says that the more products you offer, the less time you have to try and make one product really successful. More and more the world rewards specialists, which makes most big brands known for that one thing they do. Food locker, sports shoes, Coca-Cola, soft drinks, Ferrari, sports cars. You can be a wandering generality or a meaningful specific. In Zig Ziglar's words, But sacrifice can't just be made on the product side, it must also be made on the customer side. Trying to appeal to anyone and everyone never works, especially if you already have a focused product. Pepsi did well marketing to young people, but older people who were already Coke customers, not so much. And if you feel like you absolutely must expand your product line, at least define new categories for each one of those, so you have a shot being market leader again. In conclusion, what a treasure chest of marketing gold. All the marketing advice you could never need, and only a book genius. If you are interested in business, entrepreneurship, startups, or even have your own already, the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing is an absolute must-read. If you like the audiobook summaries, you can check the description of this video. There you can find a link that gives you a free trial of Blinkist, which is the best platform to get book and audiobook summaries. Check the link in the description below to try it for free. Would you like to download the PDF abstract file of this audiobook summary? Just check it in the description of this video to get it for free.